Hey guys, Ryan here. Today I'm bringing you another game, or two games, in the machine. Now, I forgot to record the beginning of this battle, but I've only fired a couple shots from the clip, done no damage, and got 500 assistance, so you've not missed much. So Assault Mode on Scorpion Pass. Gonna get two nice shots into the T124 weak point, which I wasn't expecting to hit. Gonna go instantly for a reload and try and hide behind this rock, because I'm quite wary of the artillery. But Scorpion Pass Assault Mode, I usually head to this position when defending, because you can extend view range around both sides of it, you can shoot around both sides of it, and also you can get back to your base if the enemy come round the mountain. So, I really like this position, you just got to be careful of the artillery if there is some. So see, I poke out, if I get spotted I back up, because you never want to forget about artillery, because if you stay still you just make yourself an easy target, so you've got to constantly be on the move. Now I've noticed on my minimap there's a Super Conqueror sneaking around, and I want to get him because he's threatening the people who I'm actually spotting for. So I'm going to race over here. What you're going to see is I'm going to wait, because my sixth sense is still up. I'm going to wait until I'm unspotted before moving over. Now that I'm pushing up here, the Super Conqueror is going to fire a shot into our 60p, and I know he's got a fast reload, but I've got a clip, and now's the time to push. So I'm going to try and get his tracks. I don't get it with the first one, I was going to get it with the second one. I finally track him, fourth shot in, I'm just going to sneak in behind him, and stop him from turning. Have a quick look for the light tank, decide he's not a problem, I'm going to go straight back to my original position again. Because what you see in an assault mode is a lot of people tend to push quite aggressive even though they're the defending side, and they end up losing because of it. There's a hold on Cromwell there, so I'm not even going to bother wasting shots at him even if I have premium loaded. The thing about assault mode is you have to push when the time is right, and as you can see the game's still quite close, so I don't want to be going out and throwing my tank away. Using the speed to race back into position. And again, the 10 degrees of gun depression, just gently going to look over this corner here. Now, I unfortunately bounced off his upper plate. That was a relatively hard shot to hit. And I go back out, I aim for his machine gun turret and actually hit his track, so that was a bit of a weird shot that. Our 200 LT kills himself and I instantly go for a reload. Now, I've not done much this game so far, 1400 assistance and 1900 damage, but the thing about autoloaders, and this goes true for most autoloaders, is the later into the game you go, the better they become, as people start having less health, and you could just run around, get behind people, they don't have as much support going, you can sneak up on them. Miss the first shot, hit the second, underestimate the reverse speed of the pattern with the third, managed to nail him with the fourth, and actually track him, and I got a little bit of assistance damage. And I thought it was from the pattern, but I think I must have been spotting the TD at the back. I was just a bit surprised because I thought our TD would have been able to spot him. So, you see I'm reloading the heat clip here, that's because we're now getting to the point where I think now's the time I can actually play aggressive. And there wasn't even 100 and a lot of health, and I was only got 124, so bit of a shame, but the APCR rounds in this tank aren't the best, so I'm still glad I loaded hate. I hit the gunlet with the first, missed the second, and finally hit the third, so it's a bit disappointing. I instantly go for the reload, and then I realise I'm reloading hate, so I start to reload again, but with APCR. And what you're going to see here is the main reason I want to show this game. It's about the positioning on assault mode, not pushing too aggressive, but also when you have an autoloader, it allows you to aim for certain parts of a tank. So you can go for the track repeatedly, you can go for an engine repeatedly to get an engine fire, or, as you're going to see here, you can go for an ammo rack repeatedly. Now I could shoot for his machine gun turret, but you see I'm going to expose myself because I want to hit his lower plate. One shot, two shot, done. I unfortunately messed up the next two shots because I could have just waited, but I was quite excited after doing the ammo rack, so I'm just going to go for a ram. And now what you're going to see is I just keep nudging into him, doing little bits of damage, and also, whenever an enemy is tracked, if you keep ramming into them, you will actually keep resetting the track repair progress. So, a nice thing to know when you're fighting against an enemy with teammates around you, if you want to keep them tracked for the assistance. So I just turned from an average game to a pretty decent game. in the space of about 30 seconds at the end there, which was quite nice. And I think it was quite a well played game as well. I didn't play too aggressive, which is quite hard for me to do. I have a tendency to play very aggressive. But I managed to control myself. I managed to get a good result out of it. First class, 5,292 damage, 2,352 assistance, and 2 kills. And I still made, even though I wasted most of a heat clip, 99,000 credits profit. Now, the next game you're going to see is actually the very next game after this one. So, back-to-back games here. And I don't know about you lot, but you'll see it's another assault mode, this time on Kasserine. Have you guys noticed there being more assault modes? Like, me and my brother got, I think, 4 or 5 assault games last night, and we normally don't get that many of them. So I don't know if it's anyone else or it's just us, but please feel free to let me know in the comments below if you've noticed anything about the number of game modes increasing in what. For another assault mode, I've decided again that I don't want to push too aggressive, because the number of times you push and you die, or you push and then you get capped out. So there's a nice kind of hill in the center here that I can sit on, try and extend the view range and get shots out with. That's going to be my initial position. Again, don't mean I'm going to stay there the entire game. You're free to move. I'm in a mobile tank, it's a big map, but my initial position on this hill. I'm also aware that they have a T-92 platooned with a light tank, so if I see the light tank spotting me, I'm going to have to be extra careful. Because of course the artillery could be aiming for anyone, but when artillery's platooned with someone, chances are if you see the platoon mates in front of you who's spotting you, the artillery's probably going to be aiming at you as well. Now, I mess up 3/4 of a clip on the Conqueror, but again I went too fast. They were long range shots, I was just trying to rust them in. And now he knows there's people firing at him, so he's ducked into cover. And you'll just see, I'm constantly opening up the map, always looking to see what the map looks like, where our team is, where the enemies are spotted. Now I get spotted here, and I spot the 1-4, and again, this hill, I said before, is great for spotting. As you'll see, our T-92, or one of our artillery, actually gets a really nice shot in on him here, and I get the full amount of assistance. This position, by the way, on assault mode, if you've got a nice hull-down tank like a Conqueror, Super Conqueror, T-32 or whatever, if there's no artillery and you're on assault mode, this hill is probably the best place to be. Now I see the light tanks at the other side of the map, so that's got me thinking their artillery's probably aiming over there. So I'm opening the map here, keep an eye on that Conqueror, make sure where he's looking at. And now's the time where I'm thinking, okay, I'm not being too much use over here anymore, now that I've got rid of the 1-4. Time for me to move. So right now I'm talking with my brother in party chat, and I've decided I want to go to the side of the map that the light tank wasn't at, because I said it's not for certain, but if the light tank was platooned with the artillery was on that side of the map, I'm just assuming that the artillery was over there. But also there's a mouse over here, and a mouse on a big map by himself is just easy pickings. As you can see, our light tanks are circling him. So you see I stop here because I'm reloading, and I don't want to get proxy spotted by him whilst I'm reloading, because that gives me more time to get shot at by other tanks. You want to keep yourself hidden for as long as possible. And just heat clip into the back of his turret, then as he angles it, I go for one on the side. And even though I assumed that the artillery was focusing the other side of the map, you'll see that's just an assumption. I know it's an assumption, so you're going to see I'm still kind of moving, just in case. Now, my brother's off to go kill the mouse, so I know I don't need to shoot at him. Still on the move, keeping an eye on the sky to see if he already does shoot at me, so I can see whereabouts on the map he's at. But thankfully, no artillery shell comes in. And again, as much as I dislike the machine because of its armour, it is just nice, especially on these big maps, just having the mobility to move around. Wasted heat clip here, and I actually would have preferred the APCR for the extra shell velocity, but with an autoloader you have to shoot what's loaded. I'm going to start backing up. I know there's a defender. He hits me, ammo racks me, I'm fine with it, I have plenty of hit points anyway. And now, me and my brother realize we're in a good position to get these two in a crossfire. So, I'm talking to my brother right now, and we've decided that the T-30 needs to go first, because obviously, being a tier 9 tank store, he's got the most dangerous gun. So when I reload here, what I'm going to do is, I've decided I'm going to ram the defender, completely ignore him, and focus the T-30 first to try and help my brother. So let's see, a ram for over 600 damage, finish T-30, and you'll see standard round through the turret ring of the defender. And a bit of RNG on that last shell there causes me to bounce him. You'll see him doing the ramming trick again to keep his tracks off. But if a defender face hugs you, in most tier 8 and higher tanks, or tier 7 you've got premium loaded, if you're a low profile tank you can't see the cupolas, just aim for that turret ring, and unless RNG gets you like it did for me in that last shot, you should be able to go through him pretty fine. And again, going back to mobility of this tank, really good at cleanup, because obviously if I was in, say, for example that mouse earlier, and I had to go chase down the enemies at the end of this match, I wouldn't have a hope in hell of getting to them. Race up this hill, managed to sneak the kill on the Patriot, which is good because I still need the kills for stage 7. Racing my way towards where I believe the artillery is. He just got spotted as well, and now I was kind of wanting to go for a ram here for shits and giggles, but unfortunately our light tank gets the kill on him. And when he does that, I know that the only tank left is a ship barn, so I'm going to go for a reload of high explosive. Now the high explosive shells in this tank are not very good at all, and the only reason I carry them is for Waffly 100 and ship barns. So anytime I get an opportunity to use the high explosive shells effectively, I'm going to take that chance. So trying to race in, I'm expecting the ship barn to die here to a bat chat, but thankfully not. He's looking my way, I'm hidden behind the thing, using the mountain as cover. Nice sneak over, I get one shot in for 420, nice little damage roll there. That's the end of that game, so not the best game, but two decent back-to-back games on assault mode I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think, again, I think I timed my attacks well. I didn't want to play too aggressive right at the start. I played fairly reserved, spotting, getting busy out for the artillery and whatnot, make sure no enemies came straight for the base, and I only moved out when I thought it was safe to do so. So 4,307 damage, 1,787 assistance, and 2 kills. Only 47,000 silver this time, but top of the team, second time in a row. So the machine, not a great tank, not my favourite, doesn't have very good armour, but the speed alone makes it quite good for spotting, and just fairly fun just in terms of getting to those aggressive positions. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.